2025 is here. Happy New Year to you, my friends. This is the 1st of January, and I'm showing up today to let you know that I'm here to support you every step of the way. Whatever you're looking to do, whatever you're looking to implement in your project management, whether you're looking to take the PMP exam, the CAPM exam, the RMP, the SP, I can give you some insights, even the ACP, PGMP, because I can connect you to other channels or people that can assist you or give you ideas altogether. So whatever your goal is in 2025, be rest assured that you have a channel that you can call home, that you can send requests into. And if you're on LinkedIn, follow me on LinkedIn as well. You'll find me on LinkedIn. Also follow Praizion on LinkedIn, and you can post any questions there. For those of you getting ready for the PMP exam, I want you to go on down to pmradio.org. pmradio.org is the home for my podcast, where you can get a lot of information and inspiration for the PMP exam. Because you know it's a daily workout for the PMP. No matter how short your PMP run is, whether it's a month or 2 or 3, for some people it's even up to a year. But whatever your goal is in PMP or CAPM, pmradio.org is there for you. Now, for those of you who are already certified, what is your goal? What do you want to achieve 2025? I want you to begin thinking about it. And I want to give you a quick tip that I learned from my mentor, John C. Maxwell. John Maxwell always lets you know the 3 prongs for success. And the 3 prongs for success are knowing your purpose in life. Number 2 is growing to your maximum potential. You see, when you know your purpose, you grow to your maximum potential so that you can fulfill your purpose. So as a PMP, what is your goal? Now you're certified. What do you want to achieve? For me, what I was looking to do was to learn to be the best version of myself. But when I got into Honeywell, which was an organization that very early in my career opened the door, I realized I had a goal to help people. Because I got into Honeywell as a program analyst. And the moment I got in, I was certified, I realized my colleagues were failing the exam. So I put together bi-weekly sessions. My boss, rest his soul, Jim Schaefer, said, well, let me ask my boss. And he asked Mark, and Mark said, yeah, let's do these sessions. Let's bring in pizza. People are failing the exam. We might as well help them. So my job wasn't to train, but I realized my purpose in joining Honeywell. I had this burning desire to help people. So I got over 50 of my colleagues certified while I was in defense and space. I then moved to IT effectiveness. I was now a program manager. And while I was there, I began to realize that desire didn't go away. So I ended up joining a firm at the time known as Thomson NetG. And Thomson NetG was acquired by Skillsoft, but I started training in that firm. And as I was training, I'm like, wow, I'm getting a buzz out of this. Because my mentor, mentors are very important. My mentor, Mary Hirschner, she said, Phil, someone reached out to me. I think you might be interested in this position. And I'm like, well, I'm at Honeywell. I mean, could I possibly do this? And she said, yeah, it's just training. It's, just find out. You might be interested in it. And come to realize I could actually do the job because it wasn't taking up a huge amount of my time and I could train after hours and so on. So I started training at Skillsoft and I realized I love this stuff. So for you as a PMP, knowing your purpose is big. I'm really fortunate that I was able to discover my purpose, and my purpose as a PMP is to actually help other project managers, to help them expand and grow and dominate and conquer and kill the interview and really boss up and add value to their firms. I get excited when I hear people doing well in their project management. I know I'm not the project manager, but it excites me. I like to see people win. And that's part of my purpose in life. But you need to discover yours. So I knew my purpose, and then I started growing as much as I could. I enlisted mentors such as John Maxwell. John Maxwell spoke to us at the Project Leadership Institute, which I founded. And he taught us this same stuff I'm teaching you. And John said the third thing, knowing your purpose in life, growing to your maximum potential, the third thing is sowing seeds that benefit others. I realized I'd actually been doing that. I'd actually been sowing time and energy and materials and videos to people. But for you as a graduate who is a PMP, the question is, what is your purpose as a PMP? And are you growing? Now, for me, my growth was a number of things. I took various certifications. I had to go on a 5-year hiatus, though, from PMI. I'm like, my goodness, that exam dealt me a cruel blow, almost. I'm glad I didn't let it, dominate me and make me have to do it multiple times. But after coming out of the PMP, I took a 5-year break. I didn't take any certifications. I applied. And this is very important, PMPs. When you get certified, you must apply what you're learning to the real world for it to make 100% sense and for it to really be valuable to you. When you apply what you've learned, it becomes ingrained. Like, I was really fortunate at Honeywell to learn how to apply earned value, because I knew earned value. I knew the formulas: SPI, CPI, CVSV, TCPI, EACs. I knew that stuff, but the application of it on real world projects, I was fortunate enough to see the application of risk and schedule and cost and quality, resources, all that stuff we talk about. I have been very fortunate to be able to apply all of these areas of knowledge and beyond to my projects. So growing to your maximum potential is going to be a number of things. You really need to apply what you've learned, but then you can also acquire additional knowledge. I want to wager, that a lot of what we study, like those of you who studied with me, this book, right? A lot of what you study in this book, I want to wager that very little of it is being applied in companies. Very little of it is being applied in companies. But I want to challenge you to begin to apply integration, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, communications, risk, procurement, stakeholder. Apply these to your projects. Apply this not in a rigid rote fashion, but in applying it, you will grow. In asking the question, what is the relevance of monitor stakeholder engagement to my project? It's like a beacon. It's like an inner light that shows you, wow, I haven't really been taking stock of how well I'm engaging my stakeholder. Everything in monitoring and controlling is really a question to be asked. Am I satisfying the customer? Is my communication up to par? Is my quality control helping us, or is it marring us, or is there no quality control? Am I being intentional in how I am engaging with the customer, how I'm engaging with the team, how I am developing the team? A lot of people are like, oh, I'm the PM, it's not my job to teach the team. No, but you can show them blind alleys. You could help them understand where they can get additional information or training. You see, your job as a project manager is far beyond being the note taker or the paper pusher. You need to see yourself as a leader. Growing to your maximum potential is practicing the art of project management. So when we talk about success after PMP, knowing your purpose in life, knowing your purpose as a PMP, let's even scale it down. Life sounds big and ominous, but knowing your purpose as a PMP, as a project manager. So for me, I want my projects to be the best projects that anyone could ever manage. I want to inspire the team. I want to motivate the team. I want to encourage the team. I want to encourage my customer when my customer feels this project is going down the tubes. And I want to be pragmatic about it and show that I'm doing my very best and really do my very best. It's really more like a leadership job. So part of knowing my purpose is checking the boxes on the people that surround you, on your projects, in the company. And part of your purpose should be to go above and beyond, to satisfy, encourage, and even lead your boss Whoever you report directly to, part of your purpose should be to make that person's job easier. Growing to your maximum potential is the pragmatism, and it's the retrospective at the end of each day. Was that good? No. Don't even wait for the end of each day. Do a retrospective at the end of each hour. Was that a good response? I did a retrospective yesterday. I was writing to a client and I said, no, I can do better than that. Let me rewrite that to add value, to be as honest about how I'm seeing this situation. The great Jack Welch, rest his soul, said, what is missing in a lot of businesses in corporate America is candor. So part of growth is doing a retrospective and saying, I wasn't candid enough. I got to be brutally honest. The last thing that I mentioned, sowing seeds that benefit others. When you do that, you are helping, you're paying it forward, and you're making the world a better place. That is missing. In a lot of institutions, everyone's like, how do we win? How do we win big? How do we kill everything else? And while that's not bad, within those thoughts should be, how can I actually add value to the people around me? How can I sow a seed that will truly benefit others? That will truly benefit my team, that will truly benefit the organization. Okay, so as a PMP in 2025, or maybe you're listening and you're not a PMP, it applies to you. On the grander scale of life, knowing your purpose, it sounds ominous and challenging, but for me, I'll simplify it. So I do a lot of things. I'm involved in a lot of industries. I'm involved in the entertainment industry. But one of my overarching goals is to help people be the best version of themselves. Whether I'm in the entertainment industry, whether I'm in the oil and gas industry, whether I'm in the pharmaceutical, whether I'm in helping my friends in the military to get to their end game, my friends in the US Army, the Army Corps, my friends in the FBI, my friends at NASA. My idea is, how can I help these people get to their definite chief aim, their end goal? So for me, just saying, knowing my purpose in life is to help people be the best version of themselves. That's number one. Number two is to help people have the best day possible within what I can. In other words, I love to make people happy. I'm a different kind of person. I know a lot of people are, nah, I don't really care about that. I just want to be happy myself. I'm coping myself. But for me, I'm a different kind of an animal. My idea is I love to see people happy, excited. I love it when I see people really passionate about something, killing the game, crushing it, which is why I want to do the same. And in doing what I do, I'm doing what I love. And this is my purpose. It's one of my goals. What is your goal? What do you want for 2025 in terms of your purpose, in terms of growth? You know, I started taking all these certifications. So I did PMP, went on hiatus, did SP, did RMP within a space of weeks in 2010. I now came with a renewed vengeance. And then I got OPM3, which is like a three-headed beast of project, program, portfolio. PMI doesn't have that as a certification anymore, but my, oh my, was it brutal. It's almost like going for a higher level degree, if you will. Just like three-headed beast. I had to take 3 exams for my OPM3. So I kept growing. I took the ACP, I took the CSM, I took the PSM, the PSPO, the PAL, the SPS, and I kept growing. But you know what was missing? In some of the certifications I was taking, I wasn't being pragmatic. And it wasn't until I met my awesome mentor in the world of Agile, Roy Schilling. Like when you look at this book, you see 2 names on it. My buddy Roy wrote this book with me, PMP Exam Immersion. But it wasn't until Roy started coaching, training, helping me, mentoring me, directing me to how to make Agile pragmatic that I started growing even more. You know, sometimes you just need a mentor I want to challenge you this year. Those of you who are growing into PMP, you're not certified yet, find a mentor. Invest in yourself by finding a mentor that can give you time to sit down with you, to coach you, to mentor you. And these two are different. There's a difference between coaching, which brings out the authentic best answer from you, and mentoring, which is guiding you based on their experience. But both are important. But I'm challenging you this year, find a mentor, someone who can truly guide, shape, help, encourage you in the different areas you're in. Whether you're in the world of art or you're in the world of tech, in the world of project management, find a mentor, someone who's already gone ahead of you into these places. For those of you who have been PMPs for the past 5, 10 years, I want you to follow one of my buddies on LinkedIn. I'm putting a lot of his content out, and you might have encountered some of his content, but he's one of the best project management minds. I'm talking about Lee Lambert. He's such an inspiration. If you have not followed Lee Lambert on LinkedIn, follow Lee, listen to Lee. He's a great inspiration. He's a great example of someone who is sowing seeds. I can't keep up with that guy. Sowing seeds that are worldwide, like benefiting people worldwide. And you, while you may not be able to sit down one-on-one with Lee, I feel if you listen to the wisdom that he has about PMP, project management, it could greatly benefit you. Another mentor of mine who I want to introduce you to, his name is Dr. Rick Brinkman. Rick Brinkman is known for his book, Dealing with People You Can't Stand. And he's been on Oprah, on NBC, he's been everywhere. But he's one of the greatest minds in terms of human behavior in communicating. He's written a book, Dealing with Relatives. And Love Thy Customer is quite an interesting teacher and coach. So just Google Rick Brinkman, you'll find him. Someone else I want you to follow, if you're in the world of project management, is another mentor, great friend of mine, Dr. David Hilson. The Risk Doctor video channel or Risk Doctor video channel, you can find that on YouTube. Watch his videos. He has a set of 100 videos on risk management. If you want to elevate your game, these are some of the people I want to recommend you have as a mentor, distant mentor. You can learn so much listening to Dr. David Hilson. We've worked together. We have a course that went deep into risk management. It's at riskresponder.com. If you want to dial into 4 hours of us just freewheeling in risk management and talking about how risk can be applied to projects, go to riskresponder.com, but also find him on YouTube, Risk Doctor video channel. The next mentor that I want you to tap into is my leadership guru, John Maxwell, John C. Maxwell. You see a lot of the books in my library. That's by John. That's by John. I have tons of stuff because I'm actually on the John Maxwell team. Now we call it Maxwell Leadership. I want you to tap into John's awesome mind in leadership because as a result of John's influence, I founded the Project Leadership Institute. John was our keynote speaker. And as a result of John's influence, we have a number of new leaders learning, developing, becoming organic examples of what leadership is. And it's all thanks to John. But I've been with John for the past 12 years. I want you to Google Minute with Maxwell. Tap into John's awesome leadership mind. He gave us quotes such as leadership develops daily, not in a day. Everything rises and falls on leadership. He who thinketh, he leadeth, but has no one following after him, is only taking a walk. Great quotes from my mentor, my leadership coach. As a result of John's influence, I am now a more leadership aware individual. And I want you to tap into him. So Google Minute with Maxwell. You will find John's daily, it's almost like a leadership devotional to help channel your inner leader, to help you more mindful of leadership. I've learned so much from John. Finally, the last person I want you to tap into, which is going to be hard, but I'm trying to get him to release more content, is my Agile coach, Roy. And in 2025, I am going to introduce you to the awesome mind of my awesome Agile coach, Roy. I am going to be bringing you a lot of videos from Roy on this channel so you can listen to him and tap into his greatness. On the 4th of January, 2025, I actually have a seminar with Roy. I would love for you to attend this seminar. You can if you go to 360.pmradio.org. That is 360.pmradio.org. Roy and I have had a series of seminars, and we're kicking off 2025 with a bang to bring to you the very first seminar of 2025. In this seminar, we're going to show you how we've been able to work together, blend ideas, talk about the meeting of the minds. But Roy and I are going to be coaching, teaching, and showing you how to organically apply the mindset of Agile, the intricacies of traditional project management in a new framework, which we call EPIC. The EPIC model is going to show you how to marry the world of Agile and the world of predictive. In fact, we had a number of seminars in 2024, and one of the seminars was this, Agile 360 Simulation. And we had a lot of great stuff in this book, but we've taken what is here, and we've taken what is here, and we've combined it with a number of other ideas, and that is what has formed the EPIC model. And EPIC just stands for E, envision. You must envision whatever is at hand, whether it's a big endeavor, whether it's a small piece of work, whether you want to look at it as a huge monumental endeavor. The envisioning is super important. We're going to teach you how to envision. Envision has a number of steps. You must, of course, understand the vision, catch the vision, and cast the vision. Don't just catch it and keep it. You got to cast it. You got to get people excited about the vision. So if you're working on a project and your team hasn't caught the vision, you got work to do. And we've got a number of tools and ideas and techniques, methods, practices to envision properly. Vision statements, product roadmaps, stakeholder canvases. We're going to show you all of this information, how to envision OKRs, objectives and key results. We're going to get you to the point where you truly know how to grab that vision, cast the vision. Still in the EPIC model, P is for the most obvious thing that everyone believes any professional should do, right? The great Mike Tyson said, if you are just resting on your plan when you're punched in the mouth, what are you going to do? And the quote is, everyone has a plan. Even Mike Tyson knew everyone has a plan. But the plan will only take you so far. Everyone has a plan until they're punched in the mouth. Boom! And then you're on the canvas. You see why planning is great? But you know what is greater? Being able to evaluate and adjust your plan based on current conditions. Everyone has a plan. Everyone should have a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. But If you fail to adjust your plan, you're also on a roller coaster ride to failure, nonetheless. In today's world that's ever changing, you need to learn how to plan iteratively. And that's what Roy and I are going to be showing you. The different levels, approaches, styles to planning. And one of our favorites is using flexible, lightweight methods. While there's a place for the weightier methods, we're going to show you the lightweight approaches as well as the detailed approaches. Still in the EPIC model, after you envision and you plan, then you implement. And implement could be in cycles. This is where you take what you've planned and you are actually making it happen. This is where you are creating. This is where you are carrying out the work. But you're not just carrying out the work mindlessly. You are following. You're evolving. Iterative planning. The C is what everyone should do. You should be checking. Now, check-in shouldn't come when you are done implementing. Check-in should actually come as you're implementing. So as you're implementing, you're checking. When you feel you're done implementing, you still check. You're always checking, right? And then the last C in the EPIC model, because it's actually EPIC squared, EPIC squared, that's what we call it. And the last C is when you are closing out whatever endeavor you've been working on. Yep, you got to close out whatever that chapter is, whether it's a big monumental endeavor you've been doing for the past 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, 1 year, you got to close it out. And closing, unfortunately, closing is hard. I remember when I was at Honeywell, closing out, you got to make sure those books are closed. You don't want the monies hanging in limbo. You got to close out. And closing is an art. It's an effective handover. It's an effective transition. You got to close out. You got to do it in a mindful way. And closing, ways to close. One of the things we say in the world of Agile, you should be able and ready to close at any time. So we are going to be teaching you the EPIC model. We're also going to be talking about artificial intelligence. We're also going to be talking about how to effectively work with your customer, communicate, leadership, and so much more. If you want to be in that program, go on down to 360.pmradio.org, 360.pmradio.org. I'll endeavor to put a link below. And these are mentors I would love for you to equip yourself with and listen to all throughout 2025 and beyond. And that's it for today, my friends. I wanted to show up, encourage you, give you insights. It's okay if you're watching this in June or whenever, because we have these seminars all the time. So if you want to join the PM 360 seminar, just keep checking 360.pmradio.org, okay? I wish you all the very best. If you have questions, comments, concerns, you're getting ready for your PMP exam, you got concerns, let me know. Your PMP, you got concerns, comments below, okay? Thank you very much. I wish you all the very best and have a very successful 2025. Bye for now.